Welcome to Reflections. I'm your host, Patrick Tomlinson, and today we have with us Sergeant Diana Gocool, who has um, consented to coming back to tell us a little bit more about the Air National Guard, the New York Air National Guard. Sergeant Diana is a national recruiter with the 106th Rescue Wing in West Hampton, New York. She started her military career as a vehicle management analyst in the reserves, and she moved up to be a supervisor of student flight at the 105th Air National Guard in Newburgh, New York. And also, subsequent to that, she went on to be an assistant recruiter in the Bronx. Welcome again, Sergeant Gocool, for taking time out to come and tell us about the New York Air National Guard. So currently, you are a professional recruiter, okay? And we wanted to go through your military experience. You started as a vehicle management analyst. What does that entail? What does that involve?
Yeah, so all the military vehicles that we needed that are used for military duty or missions, I had to keep track of all of making sure they were up to date with maintenance, making sure the mechanics knew what job mechanic that we have on base, knew what jobs he had to do, with budgeting, with also new military vehicles that we needed to provide whatever mission that we need. I was mostly like an administration administrator for that.
Okay. And then you moved up to be a supervisor of student flight in the 105th Air National Guard in Newburgh, New York.
Yes. So
Okay.
student flight is a program that is used to prepare our trainees. So trainees is someone who joins and is waiting for basic military training. So student flight, we put them in student flight. So instead of sending them straight into basic military training, we prepare them. I was able to I trained them on all the basics they need to know. It was like over 100 people. We did fitness with them. We did marches, drill movements, and a lot of Air Force history and Air Force core values.
Okay. So those were some of the training, the pre-basic training elements that they
Right.
would.
So essentially, our recruits, we prepare them.
Okay. So how long would this recruiting phase be for?
Everyone has a different time frame because
Mm.
their job is all different. So basic military training is in the same location. However, after basic military training, they go to technical training. So technical training will determine how soon they're going to leave if there's a class date available. So some individuals could be there 4 months, 6 months, 8 months the most.
Okay. Okay. And you said the basic training is actually on the base. Okay.
No. So basic training, official military, Air Force, Air National Guard basic training. Air National Guard falls under the Air Force. So Air Force basic training is in San Antonio, Texas, Lackland Air Force Base.
Okay. And how long does a recruit spend in this segment of basic training?
8.5 weeks.
8.5 weeks. Okay. And then
Yes.
what happens after that?
So after that, they will go to technical school. Technical school is where they learn their job. So every recruit has a different job position. So they go to a specialized school to learn just their job. Um, that location varies and the time frame as well.
Okay. And then you ultimately became uh, a recruiter yourself for the 106 Rescue Wing. Was that different from your previous job?
Absolutely. So a recruiter, basically what I have to do is I look for civilians or even people that are currently in the military from a different branch or prior service member. So we call them prior service. So somebody who possibly got out the Marines, the Army, and they want to get back into the military, but a different branch. So I recruit all those individuals, and I help them with a career in the Air National Guard. I have to, we call them, get them qualified to join.
Okay. Okay. So I know that you were one of the top recruiters in New York State. Um, how did you achieve that? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, a lot of it was going out, meeting people, going to high school events, college fairs, telling about my experience, telling about what the base offers. The mission here is a unique mission for New York State. It's a search and rescue unit. So every Air National Guard base, there's five in New York. Everyone has a different mission. So the mission, like I said, is search and rescue. So talking about what we do, talking about the benefits, Air National Guard's benefit speaks for itself. So I looked at myself as a guide for someone who found this is what they needed. So I guided them into the Air National Guard. And doing being so well, having the best customer service. I always treat everyone like I would like to be treated, which I was 17 years old when I joined. I didn't know much, so I break everything down for them. And so giving my best in customer service. And then a lot of people referred me to other individuals. So if I had a brother join, their sister wanted to join, or family member or friend. So a lot of came through that towards the end, so which helped a lot. And also recruiting prior service individuals, so people that got out of the Navy, Coast Guard, Army, even the Marines. I connected myself with them, saying, "Hey, if you want to get back in, these are the jobs we have available. This is the mission we have. These are the opportunities that are available." And a lot of them didn't even know they could get back into the service. So it's a lot of educating the people, we call them prior service, educating them what the Air National Guard has to offer. So I
Okay.
think doing that and providing all the information definitely kind of got me where I am.
I know you brought along a couple of slides, so shall we look at them and you go through them and explain to us um, what Air National Guard does, how it does it, and some of the benefits that it offers to a recruit.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so the first slide, we have it up. Okay, there we go. The benefits. Okay, you want to talk a little bit about that? Okay,
Right. So one of a big benefit which attracts a lot of individuals, not only because they want to serve, but the bigger benefit is also that we help pay for college. So we help pay 100% for any CUNY or SUNY school, so any city college or state university. We will pay the tuition. Well, the Air National Guard will pay the tuition. In addition, they also provide a stipend called the Montgomery GI Bill Reserve Select. So, this is a stipend for an individual who is a full time college student. They will receive $392 per month, which is tax free. And this money goes directly to them, not to school, goes directly to them, which they can use it towards anything, gas money, textbooks. But again, full-time college student or part-time. If it's part-time, the money that will be cut in half. And then more, you'll get also paid for your weekends. So those 2 days of work, you will get paid for those 2 days of work. And some of the education that you will experience in the Air National Guard is basic military training. So while you're away at training, you will get paid for, the basic skills that you learn in essentially boot camp. Also in technical school. Technical school again is where you learn your job, so it's free paid training. And the Air Force, we're part of the Air Force, so we're attached to the Community College of the Air Force, which is accredited. So any training you do with the Air National Guard, you get college credits, which could lead you to an associate's degree. And also, in order to move up in rank, you have to complete Airman Leadership School. So, Airman Leadership School is basically a course that teaches you how to be a member, be a leader in your field, to work well with others. Which it's great. It's a great education that we get that we could use it in the civilian sector as well.
okay. Next.
So some of the eligibility requirements is you have to be within the ages of 17 to 39. So 39 is the limit. After that, unless you're a prior military member, then your age limit's going to depend on how long you served prior to that. Also being within good health, so no major health issues, diabetes, asthma could be an issue. So if you're not sure, always contact a recruiter to see if you qualify. Also, good standing with the law. Unfortunately, like major law interactions could potentially disqualify you.
Could you elaborate
The
on that, Diana? Because some people say, oh, I had a run in and I did this and that. Will that bar me? So could you just
Right. So
just go ahead?
yeah, so if you ever were arrested and it was a minor infraction, we will need to see the disposition to determine if it's completely disqualifying. So minor infractions could be possession of marijuana, a DUI charge. That is essentially disqualifying, but right now we're doing waivers for people to join. So even if you have a charge like that, you can still try to join. It just depends on the recruiter that's willing to do the waiver, and also the commander of the base is if they see you the right fit. However, if you're a felon or if you ever serve time in jail, that's completely you're just barred from joining. In addition, permanent resident, you have to have a 10-year card, and also either a permanent resident or U.S. citizen. So if you're not a
When you
green
say
card
10-year card,
holder,
what do you mean?
so when they issue you a permanent resident card, they give you an expiration date, and the expiration date has to be good. So when they issue it to you from the day they issue it to you to your expiration date, it has to accumulate 10 years.
Okay.
So someone who first gets a permanent resident card, sometimes it's only good for 2 years. So
Okay.
with a 2-year permanent resident card, you're not able to join. So you have to have a 10-year card, we
But
call
in
it.
the past, people joined without even being permanent residents, right?
Right. So other branches do that. And sometimes the policy changes, so I can't really speak too much of
Okay.
that because in my experience,
Mm.
it's always been the way right now.
Okay. What you've laid out. Okay.
Right. Also, like I minimum GED or high school diploma minimum. If you have college, that's great. If you have a master's, you could come in with a higher rank with and also with an associate's degree and a bachelor's, you could potentially get come in with a higher rank. Also, you have to take a test called the ASVAB. It stands for the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery. So, this test is for all military branches. However, we look at the scores differently from the other branches. So, we have individuals that take a test with the Army, the Marines, we had to convert it to their Air Force standards. And also, you'd have to pass a medical examination at MEPS. So, MEPS is a facility, it stands for Military Entrance Processing Station. So, MEPS is where we send our individuals to get tested for the ASVAB and the medical exam. And again, the medical exam is a very thorough doctor's physical. So they're going to check your hearing, your eyesight. You're going to meet with the doctor. It's really nothing physical like running or push-ups. It's just a doctor's physical that you're going to complete at MEPS. And this site, we send our individuals, our recruits, we send them to Brooklyn to get tested for the ASVAB and the medical exam.
Okay. Next slide, please.
So, just speaking a little bit about their careers in the Air National Guard, in general, we have over 200 careers. However, every base is going to have their specialty and what's available at the time too that you apply. So, based on the score that you receive from the ASVAB, it's an aptitude exam. So, it's going to let us know your strengths. So, we'll plug that in into our system and we're going to see, okay, these are the jobs you qualify for. And we'll send you the job list, we call it. And being that our base is a search and rescue unit, we're the only one in New York that has battlefield airmen, which are essentially pararescue men. So as you see, these are men that are trained for combat, but also search and rescue missions. So they could jump in the water, they could do life saving skills, bring you into a safer location, and they also go into combat areas as well. So this particular job, it's very technical combat job, which requires more than taking just the ASVAB and the medical exam. This job is the only one that requires a physical test you have to pass, and we have another recruiter for that, just because of the strenuous work it takes to be a pararescue man. And this is just an example of what the pararescue man does. As they do medical work, a water rescue, and combat support. The next position, this is just again a few. I'm only talking about the few, but we have a lot more. Aircraft maintenance. So we have a C-130 cargo plane and a HA-60 Pave Hawk helicopter. So we need individuals that could maintain our aircraft. So we have aircraft maintenance. We have everything under anything you need, any job that we need to maintain that aircraft, we have a position for. So engine, propulsion, avionics, we have pilots. And it's for a technical job, you would have to have a mechanical score, a good mechanical score on that ASVAB test. Airfield management, as you can see, because we have planes coming in and out and helicopters as well, we need people that can manage that. So they manage the airfield and make sure they schedule our aircraft in a timely manner, make sure our runways are clear and ready to go for our mission. Administration. So this is essentially human resources in civilian terms. So what they do is they maintain, it could be from finance or promotions, pay. Administrators are very integral part of our mission to make sure our pilots are, our day-to-day individuals, we're getting paid on time, we're getting promoted on time. So this is you working in the office, but you're working in human resources. Civil engineering, so this is a unit that we have here. They maintain the base, anything from electrical work, construction, pavements, also plumbing. So someone we could have, you could be a 17-year-old kid or a 40-year-old individual, that 39 is the limit, 39 individual that wants to join and get into something completely different from what they currently do. So for example, electrical, they could be electrician with the Air National Guard. Will train you and teach you everything you need to know. And electrician in the civilian sector is a very sought out job, and we'll train you for free. So civil engineer is where you'll do that.
Okay.
So talking a little bit, why did I join again? I know you asked me a few questions before, Patrick, but
Mm-hmm.
just speaking a little bit more on that. Why did I join? Because at the time I was 17, I knew I wanted to go to college. I just wasn't sure what I wanted to study. So again, I found out from my dad, the Air National Guard, what it has to offer. I spoke to a recruiter, and this seemed like a good fit for me because I wanted to go to college, and I found out they would pay for my college. So initially, the reason I joined was for college benefits and career experience. So going to training, coming back, I had a more defined outlook at what I wanted to do for college. So I got into nutrition at Lehman College. Had no college debt, was getting paid essentially to be a college student, to learn, and then also work part-time in the Air National Guard. So you work one weekend a month and 15 days a year in the Air National Guard. However, there are some jobs that require more for you within our unit. However, you'll speak with the recruiter and they'll discuss that with jobs that would require more for you. But essentially, you're a reserve member of the Air National Guard. So once I completed all that, I was able to actually find a full-time job within the Air National Guard. So right now I am considered active duty member. Active duty meaning that I'm working full-time for the Air National Guard, getting full-time benefits. Um, so yeah, so the Air National Guard too, I want to make sure I kind of inform the difference between Air Force active duty and the reserve component that I am in is that we have two missions. We have a state and a federal mission. So what that means is that if the governor of New York wants us to help out locally, we can get activated to assist New York State in that. And that's the difference with Air Force active duty. Air Force active duty does it just a federal mission. So we do both. So with COVID-19, right now we have testing sites in Long Island, and also the other bases in New York State, they have testing sites in their location. So we were activated by the governor recently to help out. Also hurricanes in the past. Our unit actually helped out in Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico. They sent members to assist people to get evacuated in certain areas. And also back in the day, Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Irma, our unit was sent out to help save lives, essentially.
Okay, okay. Um, I just wanted to mention a little bit more about the benefits. Okay, you did mention that there's college tuition and pay and so on, but you're attached to the Air National Guard full time. So what is the benefit as opposed to going part time?
Well, essentially, if you decide to join, you're joining part time. So full time is an opportunity that you could apply for later down the road, but initially you join as a part time member. And the benefit is that if you want to be part of the military, but do not want to leave home or do not want to have a full time military career, this is where we come in handy because you can still keep your civilian career. We have people that are doctors here, well, doctors in the civilian sector. However, they're doctors here, or we have firefighters in the civilian sector, but they do completely different job here, cyber technology or cybersecurity with us. So this is you can have two careers, have an adventure with the Air National Guard, but also have a civilian life. So that's some of the benefits is that you could have more than one job, have more benefits, also retirement benefits as well. We have what we call almost similar to the civilian sector, the 401k is called a blended retirement system. It's a new system that you could military would match what you put in, but also if you decide to get out early before your 20 years is when you retire in the Air National Guard, you get a full military retirement. You decide to get out sooner, you could take that money with you. So this new system before it wasn't like that. If you get out, your money was, that's it. But now you could take this money with you if you decide to get out sooner than 20 years.
Okay. Now I know you brought along a couple of testimonials, and we would like to hear them. So I don't know if they could cue those up and present them.
Great.
I am Tech Sergeant Jocelyn Maldonado from the 106 Rescuing here at West Hampton Beach. I enlisted a little over 6 years ago, straight out of high school. After high school, I knew that I wanted to pursue my education as well as travel the world. As I learned about the Air National Guard, it checked off all the boxes I needed to know it was a perfect decision. Being able to go to school full time, stay close to home, and serve my country was perfect. Ever since I returned from boot camp, I have been working full time on base, earning my active duty benefits, as well as being a full time student. I am currently a full time student at St. Joseph's College, pursuing my bachelor's in medical technology. I have been able to travel to multiple locations as well as attend different trainings. The past 6 years have taught me so much skills that I'll be able to take to the civilian world. I am administration, which in the civilian world is human resource.
Very good. Um, is that a colleague of yours, Sarah Gocool?
Yes, sir. She
Okay,
is. She
very
works
good.
in the office.
Okay, very good. So can we have the next one?
Hi, I'm Staff Sergeant Jaylene Ortega. I am a personalist here at the 106 Rescuing. I have been in the Guard for about 4 years. I joined the military in 2016, and I'm from Ecuador, so I moved to the US in 2011. Along all the benefits that the Air National Guard has to offer, my main reason to join this unit was for school benefits. So I'm currently a psychology major out in Farmingdale State College. So I would like to encourage everyone to look into what the Air National Guard has to offer and how it can benefit you and your community.
Very good. Two very interesting young ladies there, that have taken on a career in the Air National Guard. Um, we have a few minutes left, Sergeant Gocool. Is there anything else that you think we might have overlooked or missed that you wanted to highlight or to accentuate?
Well, yes. Well, in addition to getting all, benefits like money, retirement plans, also low cost healthcare, there's also another factor of joining the Air National Guard, which is service to your community, service to yourself, and service to helping out individuals. So not only are you going to get, compensated, but it feels good to knowing that you're making an impact in the world, either when we help out with our local missions or our federal missions traveling around the world, knowing that our unit, we're doing something for our community with search and rescue. So, if you felt the need to a call to service, feel free to contact a recruiter, either the Air National Guard or the other branches, knowing that what I do as a recruiter is having an impact on individuals. So, but you could also find a career here. It could be either administration or actual hands-on fixing our aircraft or military police. Finding a career that causes you to have a good passion in life is something to look into. So feel free to contact me. This is my work cell, and also this is my email. So you could call or text. Again, my name is Technical Sergeant Diana Gocool, Air National Guard recruiter. And any questions, I'm just here to help you out in any way I can. Thank you.
Very good. Before you go, Sergeant Gocool, could you just quickly tell us some of the character benefits that are we spoke about, the financial benefits, training, et cetera, et cetera. What sort of benefits do you see, or what sort of benefits have you derived in terms of your human development in the Air National Guard?
Well, a lot of leadership skills have definitely gained from being part of this organization, learning how to communicate with any individual and not being afraid to speak up, working well and working under pressure. I definitely gained that being in the Air National Guard, going to these events, going to school events, I realizing that it's okay to talk about yourself a little bit, talk about what you do, your passion that you do. So those skills I definitely did gain from the military. Also educational benefits. I got my degree, and then also having a comfortable place, to live in a safer environment as well. So I was able to save some money, find a nicer home for myself, for me and my family. I live with my husband and my two twin babies that I recently had 5 months ago. So it's definitely nice that I'm able to provide for my family.
Okay, and I'm sure that's a very, very comforting fact. And I'm sure you have been a positive impact on your community. And want to express our thanks to you for taking time out to come and tell us about the benefits of being associated with the Air National Guard. Once again, thank you so much, Sergeant Gocool, from us here at Reflections and BronxNet for appearing with us today.
Thank you. Thank you all for your time.
I know what you're thinking. I need a job.
Well, I've been there.
I've been there.
But you gotta keep going.
You just need the right skills. Find an apprenticeship.
I found a course online.
You can do this.
You will find something.
You will find something new.